What's up everyone? This week's veto has been played and won, and chaos ensued after. Plus, one house guest's games has seemingly crumbled overnight. We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Right, before we get started, if you are new around here, please hit the subscribe button. I do live feed updates here every single day, so if you need to know your Big Brother information or you're just kind of feeling like you're a bit out the loop, just stop by here for 10 minutes and you'll be a BB expert in no time. So hit the subscribe button for that. And also, with the YouTube algorithm, it can be mean sometimes, so hit the like button. That really helps me get my videos out there more. And if you want to support the channel, it takes a lot of coffee to get through a Big Brother season, so please, it would mean the world to me if y'all could just, if you feel like supporting, buy me a coffee, just even if it's 99 cents on a super thanks. That would mean a lot to me, so thank you so much, guys, and let's get into the update. Okay, jumping straight into the veto results. Don't say I didn't warn you. The head of household, of course, is Cedric, so he automatically plays in the veto competition, plus the nominees, Angela, Kenny and Tucker. Mackenzie and Leah were also pulled out of the box to play alongside them. And the winner of the power of veto in week 3 is... it's Tucker. A massive congratulations to Tucker. I'll tell you what, before we start talking about things, I just want to say I love the fact that every single veto winner so far this season has been somebody who was on the block. While it might not have always been my favourite who won the veto, we have longed for these days since old school, you know, because in this, like, quite often in modern day Big Brother, you know, somebody who doesn't need to win the veto wins the veto, and the nominees just stay the same throughout pretty much the whole season. But this time, like, I'm loving BB26. I know I've seen there always is a few people saying they checked out of the season already, but man, this is the season I've enjoyed the most in a long time. In a long time, folks. Probably since 23, because I really enjoyed 23. But I don't know, dare I say I like this one more, but so far at least. But it's old school for me. I like it. But anyways, Tucker has won the power of veto. But what's he actually going to do with it? Because he has talked about... this was pretty quickly after the fact that he had won it. The idea of him using the power of veto on himself was thrown out the window. Alright? Marcellus would not be happy with that. And to clarify yesterday, when I said Marcellus would be rolling in his grave, I meant Big Brother grave. Marcellus is well and alive. Love you, Marcellus. But anyways, the veto was talked about not being used on himself. But hear it out. Tucker had basically said the reason for that is because he feels like everyone's playing too easily and just like nobody's making any waves, and you know, and he's right, you know. I have been a huge criticizer of Cedric this week because I think, you know, his nominations took the courage of a brick wall, nominating Kenny and Angela and basically begging for the third pawn, you know, asking people, please would you mind being the nominee, please. I don't like that. I don't, as a Big Brother viewer, I do not like that. Listen, he's a nice guy. Not going to criticize him on a personal level, but on a game level, good lord. I mean, I've said so many times he's got the backbone of a jellyfish when it comes to gameplay. So that just irritates me. But Tucker's right. People are playing quite passively and quite easily. So he was thinking of potentially taking Angela off the block with the veto, and then trying to convince Cedric to put Quinn up on the block as the replacement nominee, so then they can flush his power out before he even gets a chance to use it. And I read that, you know, and because I'd stepped out for about an hour or so, and then I checked my Twitter, because that's what I always do when I can't watch the feeds, or I'm doing something that's like I'm busy doing something. I check Twitter to see what's going on, so I can always like just jump right back into it. But I read it when I was scrolling it, and I was out in public, and my face went, when I saw it, because I was in astonishment. I saw that Tucker had this big plan, and then I immediately saw the fallout, and people and loads of viewers were like, "There's no way they're going to do this. The BB26 cast just doesn't have the courage to do it, or they don't have it in them." But I saw it and I thought, this is incredible if they can pull this off, because that's actual gameplay. That is gameplay. Actually cutting Quinn's head off before he even has chance to use the deepfake HOH. Brilliant. And Tucker thought, if he stays in the AI comp, he can win the AI comp. Plus, people aren't going to vote him out anyway. It's ballsy gameplay, and it's also it's risky gameplay. But when we think about Big Brother in the past, some of the greatest players took the biggest risks and made the biggest names for themselves. I've been talking about the fact that, and I know people are going to go, "Shut up, Tom," here, but I know I'm not the only one who thinks this. I weirdly get Dr. Will vibes. Dr. Will Kirby, Big Brother 2, Big Brother 7, featuring in many jury roundtables. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. I get Dr. Will vibes from Tucker, which I love. And I know people are thinking, he is not like Dr. Will. He's not a mastermind. No, he's not. But listen, and this is what I tweeted this actually a little earlier. I'm going to read it out because this is kind of what I feel. I get Dr. Will vibes from Tucker. He's got that energy of not wanting anything to go smoothly in the house and doesn't want anyone to have an easy ride to the end. And he doesn't give a flying, insert word here, what he has to do to wind people up. And I love that, right? Because if Dr. Will was in there, I know the cogs would be turning the same way for him. And he'd be thinking, this feels like people are taking the easy way out. How can I mix things up to make it not so easy for them and make it like a little bit more chaotic and entertaining, because that's what Dr. Will does. He breeds drama. And that's why I really like Tucker. Tucker has been nothing like I expected. In the preseason, I picked him as my winner pick, and I thought this guy's going to have his head in the game. But I still, I don't know. He's got that sparkle in his eye that makes me go, I don't know. I'd bet on this guy. I don't know. I think, even though he's very different to what I imagined, he's entertaining. And listen, Dr. Will did it. Dr. Will nearly did it twice. I think Tucker can do it. Now, while Tucker isn't Dr. Will, I just do get those weird vibes from him where it's just like he's going to keep things so entertaining that he'll be quite messy the whole way through, that people will look at him and go, "Oh, Tucker's not going to win." Then before you know it, he's at the end in the final two with somebody who's played passively like Cedric, or somebody who's played passively like Kenny, or people who've pissed people off like Angela, or whatever. He'll be there, and then all of a sudden he's awarded the money, and then he comes back for All Stars 3. I know we might be getting a little bit of ahead of ourselves there, but I get Dr. Will vibes from Tucker. But he talked about potentially not using the veto on Angela, but then he finally came round. I think he is going to use it on himself. I think that was just a moment of wackiness, but there was all sorts of plans on who's going to go up. But we'll talk about the one that it seems he has settled on. So with Mackenzie's upgrade power, she has America's veto, and it seems like Tucker is probably going to pull himself off the block in an effort to flush Mackenzie's power. MJ is going to be put up on the block most likely, and then she can decide if she wants to use America's veto, because then it'll be Kenny, Angela, and MJ on the block. In my opinion, I think just use it. It's too risky not to. She's only got this week and next week to use it anyway. So if she gets put up, use it. And then America begins to vote. Now, we all don't have to agree here. My vote will personally be going for Quinn as the replacement nominee, just because the fact that the house guests have planted seeds on who they should potentially take out, and the thought of cutting Quinn off by the head before he gets to use the power. If America puts him on the block, that might just give the house guests a little push to go, all right, let's play, right? Because listen, taking out Angela isn't going to do anything. Angela's not a threat, all right? Angela just damages her own game all the time. Kenny doesn't even want to be there half the time. He's boring and he just talks about wanting to quit. So is that a hurdle in your way? No. Quinn, though, Quinn is a gamer. Quinn's a strategist, and he's got the power. So I don't know. And I get the feeling, because I've seen a couple polls so far of people trying to forecast what's going to happen if America's vote does happen. and Quinn seems to be leading it. So my vote will also personally be going for Quinn, just because I want to mix things up. Let's make things exciting. But Quinn's game has essentially crumbled overnight. So, to break this down, the word has essentially got out to the whole house that Quinn has this power. And it was I think Tucker told Cam at one point, and then Cam ended up telling Cedric, and obviously it gets back to the HOH when Cedric knows, because he is the HOH, and then his allies kind of surrounded him at one point. You know, we had Joseph there, there was Cedric, and they were like, so this power, you know, you want to tell us a bit about it? You know, you want to confess? And Quinn died on the hill and denied the power. That has just damaged his game massively. 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 As massive as that guy who tried to pole vault at the Olympics, but then his manhood stopped him from getting over the pole. That's why it's called pole vault. Anyways, back to Big Brother, not the Olympics. Yes, massively screwed up his game. People don't trust him anymore. People are starting to get skeptical of him. And even if he does stay now with the chance to use the power, people will then see that he straight up lied to their faces, leaving trust issues going forwards into the game. People not going to land on Quinn to look for loyalty, you know. So his game has just crumbled overnight. Like, seriously, last night was just absolutely detrimental to Quinn's game, and he screwed the pooch. He screwed the pooch. I think the best thing he could have done was come clean. Even though, you know, I'm always the biggest advocate for keeping it a secret, but that's when people aren't on your tail. If there's a, excuse my language, but if there's a shitstorm going around you, sometimes the best play is to come clean, because then you seem less snivelly and less snaky. Especially in Quinn's case, because the damage seems to have been done now. So I can't even confidently say that Angela or Kenny are going to go home this week, because things might change up with MJ, with Quinn. We might see something crazy happen, and that's on brand with this season, because lots of crazy things have happened so far. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this plays out. But you know, the downfall of Quinn's game needs to be studied. That was bad, the way he handled that. So his stock has gone down. As for, you know, other names that were thrown around, I'm pretty sure Rubina's name was thrown out at one point. But yeah, it seems like it's settled on MJ. We'll see where it goes. But I think it's going to be either MJ or Quinn as the third nominee by the end of the week, depending on what happens with all the powers and America's vote, and if America's vote even happens. There's lots to happen, basically, which is really, really exciting. It makes for a live Big Brother week, and it makes for excitement. Plus this AI arena thing, it kind of makes things unsure until the night of the vote, which I love, because so many times in Big Brother we go into Thursday night thinking, oh, it's this person, it's this person. Not anymore, and I love that. But yeah, I'm enjoying this season a lot, and I hope everybody else is too. I'm just excited to see how things play out. But wow, Quinn's game has crumbled, and it's going to take a miracle for him to get back in the game and actually have a fighting chance at making it further. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the wonderful people who sent in super thanks yesterday and supported the channel. It means the world to me, and it helps me stay caffeinated. Put it that way. Y'all sending in money just helps me stay motivated and helps me buy more coffee. So thank you ever so much, folks. But anyways, a massive thank you to BTP. Wonderful member of the channel and wonderful supporter. Then we've got Trisha Lynn. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Then we've got Wayne Sugihara 4502. Thank you so much, Wayne. Reveal the Real. Thank you so much for your super thanks as well. Persephone's Pomegranate, long-time supporter of the channel. You know I appreciate you very, very much. So thank you so much for your super thanks yesterday. Jay McKishan 7378, thank you so much for your super thanks. Ernesto Campos 8330, thank you for your super thanks. Caroline 453, another member of the channel and supporter, I appreciate you so much. And Barbara Phillips 8084, I appreciate you. ever so much. Y'all are wonderful, and if anybody else wants to consider supporting the channel, it means the world to me. Y'all can just drop a super thanks down below, and I also have a PayPal link down there as well. Yeah, I know it's tough because with the YouTube algorithm being the way it is, you know, I feel like my videos aren't getting out there as much this year. So any, you know, support that y'all are willing to do would really mean a lot to me, and I mean that sincerely. So thank you so much to all those people. But anyways, let me know how you're feeling about this season, who you're rooting for, who do you want to see up on the block. Do you want to see MJ leave? Do you want to see Quinn leave? Do you want to see Angela Kenny leave? Just let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. But anyways, I hope that you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there, and remember to be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.